Okay, what we got here is a Casio G-Shock Rangeman. And G-Shocks are known for taking a beating. And they come in all different colors, all different varieties. You can get them as cheap as $50. You can go as high as $5,000, probably more. And it really depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for a business type of watch or a lady watch or are you looking for a hiker watch? It all depends what you're looking for. Now, the biggest thing I looked for was the things I would use when I'm camping or when I'm trying to get home or what it had. And I compared them all. I did a search on G-Shock compass watches and there was like 6 or 8 of them. And the price ranges anywhere from 200 and up. And this particular G-Shock and this one here is a GW9400-1. The dash on the end is the type of watch you get. So this one's an all black. And you can get them as a complete blackout, but the screen is very hard to see. And I was looking at that one, but mine was more for practical use than it was anything else. Now, this is a triple sensor particular watch. It has an altimeter, a barometer, a thermometer, and a compass. Now, the reason I wanted these things was, it also tells you sunrise, sunset, and it also has a multi-band 6 automatic timekeeping. So it checks for time every night through a particular tower, and it's always within 15 seconds of a given month of the time being dead on. It also has, what do they call it? It also has tough solar, meaning it has solar inside charging the battery, which can make this thing last 10, 20, 30 years, is what it can do. There's quite a few G-Shocks you buy where they last about 2 to 3 years and then you have to change the battery. Change the battery isn't a big deal. It's not expensive. Lots of videos on YouTube showing you how to do it. I just wanted more reliability than I did anything else. So what sold me on this watch was the compass. And the compass was so easy to use. Like I turned around and once you have the compass setting by mode, you then turn around and click it once, turn it. And if that's the direction you want to go because it pops the numbers, hit a button, it gets locked in. So let's say the number it locks in is 300. Okay, put it back on your wrist and off you go. Lift your wrist up and turn until you hit 300 on the bottom. You know you're going in a straight line, keep going. Really makes it easy to travel in a straight line with this thing. Now, it's not as precise as my other compass I keep where I can put it on a map, I can get directions, I can see how high a hill is. No, it's not that intense. It's a compass that tells you you're walking in a straight line. And to be honest with you, that's all I need in most situations. It has an altimeter, barometer, thermometer. Now, you have to take it off, set it down for about 10 minutes, and to get the thermometer of what's going on. It does Fahrenheit, it does Celsius. So that was really cool because you can get the thermometer of what's going on. Now, the altimeter and the barometer, this particular in this watch, allows you to track distance as you walk up a mountain. And the barometer's nice because if it's going up, it means things are getting warmer. If it's going down, a storm's coming in. If it levels out, the weather's going to be pretty much the same as it was today as it is tomorrow. So you can literally be checking your weather or be somewhat aware of a storm coming in. So I thought that was really cool. This thing will go 200 meters underwater or 656 feet. If you lift your arm when it's on, and let's say it's nighttime, and you twist your wrist, the light automatically comes on for either 1 second or 3 seconds, whatever you set it for. So that's kind of cool. Now, it pretty much it has everything that I want in a watch. When I wear it, it's super comfortable. This thing has double catches on the end, which go into the band. There is one that has the Dash JP, which has a carbon fiber in the wristband. I didn't want that. So the biggest thing with me was how did it feel and what can I use it for? And I'll obviously use it for camping. So, and is it bright enough to see the time, the date? And it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the date. I mean, it gives me enough information that I need to see what's going on or what's coming. Now, cell phones go dead pretty quick. Where this thing, like I said, it'll last over 10 years. So, and the sun charges it. So as you're walking or you set it outside, whatever, it's going to charge it up pretty good. And it's always going to keep time. It does so much that I'm really, really impressed with it. And it's not so much that. I used to have a Garmin and I paid a lot more money for it. The Garmin, I think I paid $800 for it. I didn't like it at all. You loaded apps onto it. It was confusing to use. It wasn't easy. I had it for about a month and then I sold it on eBay and got rid of it. I wasn't impressed with it whatsoever. That was actually the last Garmin thing I ever picked up because I wasn't impressed in what it was. Now this G-Shock I got, within an hour after watching a couple of videos, I had it all set up. And I was using it like I had it on for 6 months. There really wasn't that many presses of a button to see what you're doing. I mean, you're literally pressing a mode button, 1, 2, 3, boom, you're into the compass. You know, press it again, boom, you're back to the time. I was really impressed at how it was designed where you're actually not spending so much using it. Now, the whole idea of it being shock resistant and major shock resistant, these watches are. I bang it on a rock, I hit it on my pack. I mean, it's going to keep working. And people have really tested these. If you search for any watch on Shockwave, you're going to see that, my God, there's millions of videos on this company of all people. That people are taking these watches apart and adding different film on the inside to change it. There's a guy on YouTube that if you don't like this particular color or whatever, and let's say they don't make your color, you send it into that guy, he'll turn it into whatever you want. He customizes them. So there's a lot of things you can do with this watch. Now, I've got tomorrow, Thursday? Probably Thursday. I got a special cage coming in to go around this, which is going to protect it even more. I have a special charger to set the watch on where it can charge it when I'm in the bunker if I need to. And I got a special, you know how you buy your little glasses, go on your camera and that, protect your lenses? Well, I got one of those coming in too. I think that comes in tomorrow where I can put that on. And it wasn't much money. So there's extra accessories if you want to run this. Now, the hardest part was trying to figure out what kind I wanted. And the best way I did it was basically sat down with a piece of paper and said, okay, what do I want my watch to do? I want a compass. Okay, had that. I want a barometer. I want temperature. I want altimeter. I mean, I want to know what time is the sun coming up tomorrow morning. I want to know when the sun's going down. And I wrote all this down. Now, once I had that, then I started to do searches and I was able to pin it down to about 4 different watches. So that took it down quite a ways. Now, I could have got a watch that had the hands on here, but now the price changed. Now, this particular watch, I paid about $200. Don't pay any more than $200, $220. You can get them on eBay all day long. And this watch is perfect for me. And I mean it. It's perfect. It does everything I want. When I looked at other watches that maybe did a couple things more, I didn't want those things. Okay, that was the thing. And they do have these in plug it in, USB charge it. I didn't want that. And, you know, you got into it where you can put apps on it. Didn't want that. Went through that with the Garmin. I wanted a pretty basic watch to handle what I needed. Now, there's watches you can buy for $50 that look pretty close to this, nice and beefy, but you got to change the battery out every couple of years. I didn't want to do that if I didn't have to. So if shit was to hit the fan, this is the watch I want on my arm. If an EMP does not affect it, because they say it probably wouldn't because of how small it is, but if it doesn't, then I would probably end up running this, and this would be my go-to for everything, is what it would be. And it would help me predict weather. It would help tell me what time's the sun going to come up tomorrow. It's going to tell me all this stuff that I'm going to need while I'm moving. And it doesn't even feel heavy on my wrist at all. I don't even know it's there. It's great. I can't say enough about this. It wasn't pinching the hairs in my wrist when I moved. It is very snug. I like my watches snug. I don't like them loose, moving all over the place. So it is quite impressive on how it's doing. Now I'm not going to go through all the features. You can do that with. There's so many people that have videos on this thing. It's unbelievable. And a lot of times you just have to search the number on YouTube, and you can find what you're looking for. But to have the solar charging, you're running around 180 and up to get that. If you don't care about that and you don't mind changing the battery, because it really only takes 5 minutes to change the battery out the back, then you can get them as low as $50. But you're not going to get other things in it. Like when you start getting a compass and stuff like that, it starts to add up to a little bit. I've seen some of these that were $800 and they did two things. They were good for swimming and they were good for doing one other thing. And I was like, why the hell is that $800 when this one does a whole lot more and I got it for 200? It didn't make any sense to me. It still doesn't make sense to me. I guess it's the looks. I guess they're hoping the collectors to pick them up. You'll find guys on YouTube that, they collect watches and they'll have 400 of these. And some of them, they paid $5 grand, 10 grand for them. That's not me. I just wanted something that really works and works well. I do like the blackout in this, and I may buy that later. It's a little bit more money. It's like $50-$60 more than this was. And that was a little, so you figure 260 or whatever, blackout. But the screen, you don't see it so good. This one, the screen's fine. Okay, I've been outside at night. It's fine. I've been indoors. I can see it just fine. And I can see it before the 3 seconds goes out is what I can see. So I have nothing bad to say about this particular watch. Nothing bad at all. They're not on Amazon. They're mainly on eBay. Now you got to watch out for counterfeits. Okay. There is a guy that made a video on YouTube about what to look for on these particular watches to figure out what is a counterfeit. And of course, you look at feedback on eBay and so on and so forth. But this is not a counterfeit. Because a lot of times when you get a counterfeit, the barometer reading that pops up at the top doesn't show up. There's little quirky things about what the watch doesn't do. So this is the real deal. And this was brand new, in the box, the whole bit. You can get them used. If I was to buy this particular watch used, I could have got it for $150. That it's on eBay. So it depends on what you want. But to me, when it has the compass and the barometer and all this other stuff it's got, I'm just really impressed with it. And have no regrets buying this at all. So if you're looking for a watch, go look at a G-Shock. They're pretty impressive. And they pretty much have a G-Shock for everybody. Whether you're a woman, they're not all beefy. If you're a man, if you want it for hiking, or if you're a pilot, they have specific watches for pilots. If you're a scuba diver, they have particular watches for them. Whatever you're into, they've got a watch for you. And that's the amazing part. But this is mine. This one meets my criteria for everything. And when I get the cage in and I get that set up, I'll make another video, show you that. And be a couple days before I show you that. But really look at these G-Shocks. This thing fits real nice on my wrist. I'll catch you guys on the next one.